Governor Kathy Hochul may have just outed Judge Juan Merchan's daughter and landed this judge in some of the hottest water we've ever seen him in. In fact, hotter than we've seen before, because more evidence continues to pop up about Judge Juan Merchan's family enriching themselves with funding that has been provided by top Democratic officials, guys. We cannot make this stuff up. We cannot make this stuff up. And we have proof. So we've talked about different officials sending thousands, anywhere from thousands to millions of dollars to Judge Juan Merchan's daughter, Lauren Merchan's personal home address. Now, for anybody who might not be aware, Lauren Merchan is the daughter of Judge Juan Merchan of New York, who's overseeing Donald Trump's trial. Juan Merchan, he is the judge who is over Trump's hush money trial in New York. Now, you guys can see the optics that this is displaying to the public, right? But it looks as if the Democrats don't even care that we know about these payments. And this is what's really, really concerning here. And, you're not going to believe what this judge wants the jury to do in this case, but we're going to get to that later. But I got to warn you guys, it's going to make you really upset. Before we get into this, all I ask is that you take 1 second, hit the like button for the video. Totally appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. What's going on? Guadalupe Rubino, Drew Down 87, Don Spencer. We got a lot of folks in here already. Oh, wow. Already got 200 some people in here. Okay, let's get into it. I don't want to waste any of your time. But again, you guys are not going to believe what this judge wants this jury to do. What's really troubling, though, is that we're not really seeing traction within the Republican Party to try to zero in on these piles of cash that the Democrats are sending to the judge's daughter. Unfreaking believable, guys. Many analysts believe, though, that this is a bit questionable as to why we haven't heard not one single Republican talk about Judge Juan Merchan's daughter getting paid by top Democrats. Now, that's a big problem. This is also a big question mark here. Why is this not happening? And yes, of course, that list includes Governor Kathy Hochul of New York, okay? Now, she's been making waves across the news outlets recently, okay? Because she's pissed off a lot of New Yorkers. Believe it or not, it's not the first time she's done it. Take a listen here.
Well, I'll tell you what will make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president. We know him better than anyone, and that means we understand what he's all about is just for himself. So this state will go solidly behind Joe Biden for president, as it has in the past.
So she compares Bronx rallygoers to clowns. Emily, this comes a few weeks after she had this to say about Bronx kids. Watch.
Right now we have, young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
She said she regretted that. She said she misspoke, and then weeks later she calls Bronx rallygoers clowns.
That's exactly what first popped in my mind when I heard her statements about the rally, Kaylee. You know I'm a New Yorker, I'm a New York resident, and certainly the governor doesn't speak for me when she talks about and scoffs at President Trump holding a rally here, because the difference between the Democrat Party and Trump, refreshingly, is that he doesn't take certain groups for granted. He doesn't take any voter for granted. He is actively courting here, especially the Black and Hispanic groups that the Democrat Party has taken granted for so long. And as the New York Post editorial board writes, they're hungry for a change. And I posit that it actually goes much further in that all Americans are hungry for a change, because
Are you guys hungry for a change? Can you believe Kathy Hochul? She said that young black Bronx kids don't even know what the word computer is. Are you freaking kidding me? That's almost like one of the worst things you can say. That's one of the most racist statements that I've heard in a long time. I mean, this is just unbelievable what she's doing, what she's saying. She's offending everyone. She's calling her own constituents clowns just for showing up for a Donald Trump rally. I mean, like I've said before, this is pissing a lot of people off. And she said it was a mistake, but she keeps doing it. Now, you can understand when somebody slips up and she says something embarrassing, right? But when you do it multiple times, really? When you do it multiple times, it makes you wonder, was it really a mistake? When it happens multiple times, it's an entirely different situation, because by then you got to think that this person actually means what they're saying. This wasn't some Freudian slip or something like that. This is legitimately what you're thinking. And so this is honestly super duper offensive to New Yorkers. In fact, that would actually be a Freudian slip. It's what she's thinking, and it has literally slipped past her cerebral cortex into the point of actually saying it. And she's like, oops, I didn't mean to say that. I was just thinking it. I didn't mean to let the cat out of the bag. Anyway, but it really just makes you wonder what Kathy Hochul thinks about Americans as a whole, especially if they support Donald Trump. But this is not even where Kathy Hochul's bias ends. Oh, we got a lot more for you guys. By the way, if you haven't already, please take a second, hit the like button. Thank